Thank you very much, guys. This is ProGraphics once again, and today we are going to color grade this particular image. I'm the photographer for this image, but it was sponsored by Joy Plus Group of Companies. So I'm going to leave their Instagram link in the description so that you can follow them on Instagram. And that is over here is called Queen Jerry. So I'm going to leave her YouTube link in my description so that you can also subscribe to her channel. So let's begin with today's tutorial. And guys, don't forget, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, try your best to subscribe to my channel. And remember, it's ProGraphics. Okay, so what you are going to do is you'll come to our colors. This portion is your color, and here is where you can increase your light, your exposure, and whatever. So here's the background. So when you look at this image, you can see that it's under exposure. So what you are going to do is we come to exposure over here and we begin to control our exposure. So let's shift our exposure to something like this. Then the next thing is to bring down the brightness. Let's go to the high dynamic range. So what you're going to, you can see some shadows. So let's push up the shadows. Then the next thing, you're going to push the whites down a little bit. Let's push our brightness to also down. Then let's push our blacks like this. So guys, let's look at the before and the after. Before and the after. So let's continue by doing some few color correction. So let's come over here, click on this one. Then what you are going to do is you are going to use the color editor to do the color grading over here. So you come over here, and with the color grading, what I will suggest is you create a new layer so that whenever you are doing anything, it doesn't affect the image on the background. So let's come over here, then choose new fill adjustment layer. Okay, so after you have done that, this is the eyedropper in Photoshop, and in Lightroom it's called eyedropper. So here it's called pick color correction. Okay, so we just come over here, then you come and choose the greens, any of the greens over here. So let's choose the greens. Let's choose this one. So immediately we clicked, you can see that it has selected in that range. So that's what we have over here. So guys, if you want to see what it has selected in mask, so you click over here, and you can see that it has selected the greens and a little bit of the yellows. So where you are seeing to be gray, that means that those places weren't selected. So let's push this one to the other side, to the greens, so that you get to understand what I'm talking about. So you can see whilst you are pushing from the yellows, you can see, okay, so we are off from the yellows, so we are in the greens now. So what we are going to do is so simple. We will just click here again, then let's begin to play with the hues. So you can see it's working. So let's bring down the saturation, increase the hue, then the light. Okay, so let's take this one off. So let's reset everything. Okay, so let's take off the view select range so that we can deal with our greens that we have selected. Okay, so let's start with the hue. So you can see that when I push it, the colors is being changing. Okay, so here let's go this side, then let's push it a little bit like this, but yes, still we don't like it because it's overshadowing the image itself. Okay, so let's bring the brightness down. Okay, like this. Okay, so let's come and pick another color again, and this time around we are going to choose somewhere here. Okay, then let's use the same formula. Okay, let's bring the saturation down like this. Then let's begin to control the hues. Okay, this one too is not bad, but that's not what I want us to achieve. Then let's come to the yellows over here. Then let's select the yellows. Okay, so this one. Then let's manipulate the hues so you can see what is happening to the image. Okay, so let's reduce the saturation a little bit. Okay, now you can see that what we did is also affecting the face, okay, and the colors in the dress, and you don't want that. So what you're coming to do is you come for this eraser tool, then you press the letter M, okay, on your keyboard, then you come in, erase those portion that we don't like the greens to affect. So let's increase the size of our brush. Then let's do that. So simple, so simple, so simple. I think the beats, so it affected the beats. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so let's press on M. So when you press on M, it goes, so you can see. But let's look at where we have gotten so far. So before and after. So let's clean the face. You can see some greens in the face, in the hair. Let's do those ones. Okay, let's do this ones over here too. So clean. Okay, now we are going to do the highlights and the shadows of this particular image. Okay, so I think we are done with this one. So what is the next thing that we are going to do? Let's come to the skin tone, then click this one, then click the color on the skin like this. Then you scroll down. So when you come over here, when you select the skin tone, you can see the hue over here, the uniformity. So when you push this one, you can see that there's a particular change in the image that we have. So let's push it this way. Okay, then let's move it from the greens a little bit. Then let's look at the saturation. Okay, so you can see. Okay, so the next step that you are going to do over here is you come to the color balance here. Then we have the three-way. The master is for overall. The three-way is where you can see your shadows, your highlights when you are working on them. And here is the shadows, the mid-tone. So let's do it individually, then you see. So let's look at the shadows. Okay, so we move it to the reds. Then let's turn it around. Okay, now whilst we came to do it on the, you can see some of the maxing that we did is being shown. So let's create a new layer over here. So let's come to new field layer so that it will be separate from what we did from the beginning. Okay, so let's begin to work on it. So you can see it's working differently. You'll push it to the reds like this. Okay, I think this one is not bad. Okay, the shadows. Now let's look at our midtones. So guys, look at it. Okay, I think our midtones here too is not bad. Okay, to the greens. Okay, let's maintain something like this. Then let's come to the highlights. Then let's push the highlights to the reds. Guys, you can see. Okay, you can see. Okay, so let's look at the before and the after. So you can see before, after, before, after, before, after, before, after. So guys, you can see that. Let's come to the master, and the master is a combination of all, right? So let's look at the master and see how best we can work with the master. So it's a simple color grading process. Okay, so what you are going to just tweak it to fit what you want, and you should remember whatever they are doing, each color also speaks about the atmosphere, so you should be also considerate about that. Okay, so moving to the cyan, let's bring these ones down a little bit. Okay, so you can see this. So let's look at the before and the after. Before and after. So it looks like there's no contrast in the image. So let's come back over here, then let's come to the curves. Then we can add some small, come down here like this. Then you know the X strategy, push it this way. You can see now there's a little bit of contrast. Then let's come to the levels. We push here to the blacks a little bit, then you push the whites also a little bit over here. Now let's come to the skin tone. So let's come to the colors again, then let's come over here, then select new field layer. Then what you are going to do is we are going to use the color picker and come back to the color editor, then choose this one. We are in the skin tone, then let's choose the color here. Now when you choose the color, you can see when I press, you can see the range of which is being selected. So let's look at it. Okay, so you can see the hue is being changed. View the color range. Okay, saturation. Okay, so you can see when I bring the lights down, you can see the difference. You can see, right? Okay, so let's bring some uniformity into the skin tone. Okay, then add some small saturation to it. I think, guys, this one is looking good now. So let's come back to where our exposure is, then let's add some vignetting to this image so that it will make it concentrated. So I come over here, then bring on some vignetting. Okay, so guys, you can see how clean the image is. So before and after, before and after, before and after, before and after. So guys, if you find this video to be helpful, guys, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and remember, it's Pro Graphics. Thank you very much for staying to the end of this video. Okay, bye bye.